I've been running marathons since 1997. In that time, I've completed 26 of them. I have run sub 3 hours, I've run 9 or 10 London marathons, I've won a few, and I've qualified to represent England Masters. Over the years, I've loved doing marathons. I've had some fantastic experiences, but this year, I have a renewed enthusiasm for Abingdon Marathon in October, and this is why. Many of you who watch this channel will know that for the past few years, my whole focus has been on qualifying and representing England Masters. England is my second home nation. I've lived here most of my adult life, run for England clubs all of my competitive life. I've been proud to represent England Masters over many distances, but this year something changed inside of me when I was at the start of Swansea Half Marathon. Instead of feeling happy that I was just about to set off and run for England, I felt a sense of sadness. So I was stood there, starting to feel, why am I wearing an England vest? I should be wearing a Welsh vest. Then a chance conversation on the start line got me thinking, maybe it's time to make that change, a change I knew was right for me. Having come away from Swansea, I had an excitement about me. I made some inquiries and I registered with Welsh Athletics. So at Abingdon Marathon in October, I will proudly be wearing the Welsh vest because I've been cleared to run for Wales. Yay! And I have a renewed enthusiasm about training for the marathon. However, I do want to thank all of the England Masters team. They are absolutely amazing. They have a fantastic setup and I hope to see them again, but this time it'll be on the other side. So let's dive in and see what week 3 of training for that marathon looks like. Monday and Tuesday I just did a few miles. This was because I'd had a few busy days and I was feeling a little bit tired, but I was determined to do something and I was glad I did. Week 3 of marathon training and it's Wednesday and so far it's been a little bit of a challenge. So if any of you work in education, you'll be aware that this is the last week of the term before we go on our summer break and it's always a tough one and yes, we are running on fumes. So the last couple of days I have taken it really easy and I've only done some movement breaks. We call going out for 1 mile or even 2 miles a movement break, and it's basically just because a lot of the day I may have been sat around, actually been very busy, but sitting down quite a lot. Anyhow, so the last 2 days have been pretty easy. So it's 10 miles with the last 2 to 3 miles faster, but we'll see how we go because at the minute I'm not sure whether I'm actually going to do it. You may remember on my first video when I introduced my marathon training, I said the plan is based around me, my needs, it's flexible, it's not written in stone, and it is actually looked at every single week and adjusted for my needs. So originally I was going to go up 3 weeks, build the mileage for 3 weeks and then drop back a week. It may be that I go for 2 weeks and drop back a week. At the moment I'm still finding out what suits me for this block of training. Remember, my why is Abingdon Marathon, which is in October, so I want to be marathon fit come then. So it's really important not to push myself so hard in these early stages that I become run down or overreached. So it's important to remember to look at how you're feeling day by day and adjust that plan. And that's exactly what I did tonight. We were going along and I realised that maybe 10 was just a little bit too far on this occasion, so decided to cut it back to 8 miles with a little bit of a pickup at the end and then bank those miles and accept that this week was going to be a little bit of a cutback in mileage.
Yes, I once had a coach and one of his wise sayings was protect what you have before reaching out for more, and that's exactly what Dawn was doing here. She'd had 2 excellent weeks beginning her Abingdon Marathon training. This was a solid consolidation week before pushing on maybe towards the end of this week or into the next one.
On these runs I have been picking it up for the last couple of miles and aiming for a roundabout marathon effort, but on this occasion I just had a little bit of an impromptu surge in the final half a mile. Well, you've got me. Go for it. Go on, girl. I'll pass you. Oh my God. Go on. No, I won't have to chase you.
That's more than I thought we'd do.
Yeah, well done. 8 miles done, not 10. So, as I said earlier, I would decide if this week or next week is the cutback week. I have officially decided it's this week.
So Coach's Corner, cutback week means that for the next few days, Thursday and Friday, it's going to be anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes easy. And Saturday we'll do our normal park run and see how we feel. And that will determine where we go, whether we go for a fast one where we can have a smack at it, or a scenic one where we just run round.
Yes, and then Sunday I pick it back up again and do my normal long run. That's how I do my cutback weeks.
In fact, talk about cutbacks, again, many runners fall not into the trap but into the way of thinking is it must be a week, it must be a 7-day cycle. What we've done is have a cutback 3 days. It might extend to 4 or 5 days, but there's no reason then at the weekend we can't run a fast park run and Dawn can't do the long run which we set, which was 18 miles. So when you are having a cutback, it doesn't have to be a rigid 7 days. Say it might be 3 days, 5 days, it might be 10 days. Take it how you feel and read your body.
Thursday was the last day of the school term for me, so I celebrated with 6 miles on the Transpennine Trail, nice and easy with a friend, to celebrate 6 weeks of the summer holidays coming up.
Yes, I've known Simon for over 25 years and we ran together at Barnsley AC, so good to catch up with him on this last day of Dawn's term.
So yes, this was another easy run. Now it may look like I'm doing lots of easy runs, but the thing with marathon training, it does actually involve doing lots of easy running.
Yeah, it's easy to overthink marathon training. I think it was simply put a few years ago was run lots of miles, most of them slow, some of them a bit faster, and you won't go far wrong.
Friday, first day of the holidays, first day of the school holidays, and I did a double day. I love running doubles. I used to do them far more than I do now, as I find them quite difficult when I'm at work, but any opportunity I have to do a double, I will. So today was rather humid. Having had a June, which was a heat wave, we now got a July, which is full of humidity.
The benefit of running double days is here, Dawn can get 10 miles in across a day without excessively fatiguing her. Remember, this was going to be a cutback week. It still is a cutback week in terms of miles, but it doesn't mean when you are feeling up to it you need to compromise in terms of volume. And a double is a great way of achieving this.
Well then, Coach.
Coach managed an 8:23 last mile at 1:42 heart rate, so my fitness is still there.
So on Saturday we decided to maximise our sleep and to go to the local park run around the corner. And a few of us decided we'd give it a go to see if we could break our park run PBs on this course. Yeah, sometimes it's not the actual running that makes me tired, but during the working week it's the getting up early. We have to get up around 5:45 for work, and no matter what time I go to bed I'm always tired. I'm not really a morning person, so in the holidays I do try to maximise my sleep so I make up for the lack of it during the school term. And you can see I was actually successful at getting a PB by a whole 1 second, but a PB is a PB.
PBs all round except poor me. Find out how I literally threw it away on that video.
And here comes the long run on Sunday. I used to love long runs. I still do, but they do take a little bit of preparation and thought these days, more than they used to. So today I was running with Suzanne, and as you can see the weather has changed from the bright glorious sunshine to wet and soggy. Although I have to say I don't mind, I like running in the rain, and the humidity is still quite high actually, so the rain is giving us a little bit of a refreshment. So I'm back on track now after a sluggish start to the week, and my plan was to do 18 miles a day. The previous 2 weeks I've done 16, so this was a planned increase. I kept to my normal route of up and down the TPT, which is easy on the legs and nice when you're trying to increase your miles. It's a safe bet.
It's really good to run with others when you get out on your long run on Sunday. The first 12 miles I did with John, he's now on the bike taking this footage, and the rest of it I did with Suzanne. I was pleased with the outcome of this long run, and over the next few weeks I'll be increasing it to 20 miles, which is where I want to be at this stage in my training.
Oh, I'd love to know what you're training for in the autumn, and do you have a big why? If you do, let me know in the comments below. So that wraps up week 3 of marathon training. So week 4, I will go back to the volume because I had a bit of a cutback week, and I will add some intensity. So look out for that one. So thanks for joining me on this week's marathon journey, and I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, then we'd love you to do so. It's free. So until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.